Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Hope you guys are well, inshallah. We are back with another episode of Inspiring Ikhwa Podcast. Today, alhamdulillah, we've got an amazing guest. This brother has flown all the way from Dubai to come and join us today in this episode. So, we're moving international now, alhamdulillah. We're doing it just for you. But we need one thing from you, brothers and sisters. Hit that like button, share it, and subscribe. This is the only halal podcast you're going to get, brother. Please, do not let me down. Jokes aside, yeah, I promise you one thing. If you do that for me, if you like, subscribe, and comment, I will promise you that I will get better guests every time, inshallah. So inshallah, everyone. Inshallah. So anyways, without further ado, inshallah, we are going to make a start on our episode today. Okay, bismillah. Okay, so today we are going to find out who our brother Omar Faez is. I've known him for a very long time, Allahumma barik. We went to college together, but we are going to dive into his life, understand the change between London and Dubai, and we're going to discuss a few things, what he did and the decision behind the choices that he made. Is my English right, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
ESOL class has been working.
Come on, bro. Assalamu alaikum, my guy. Anyways, so yeah, please, bro. Assalamu alaikum, firstly. Please introduce yourself.
My name's Omar Faez. Yeah, so I'm an acoustic consultant.
Acoustic?
Hey, bro, we've been through this like...
Brother, I still can't pronounce it. Acoustic.
Acoustic consultant.
Okay, what does the acoustic engineer or a consultant do?
So they work in the construction industry.
Okay.
And when they're building a building, they look at all the partitions, ceilings, floors, make sure it's controlling the sound.
Okay. Mainly to do with the sound, then I'm assuming, yeah?
Yeah, mainly the sound.
Okay. Now, if this podcast doesn't have good sounds, I'm going to come and reach out to you.
Oh, that's a different kind of acoustic,
No. You got a degree in this, man, mashallah. So look, we're going to get to know you a bit before we actually dive into how it's really like to live in Dubai, which is the main topic of this conversation. But before we do, just tell me a little bit about yourself. So where did you grow up?
So I grew up in London, stayed there till I was about 18, and then my family moved to Milton Keynes.
Okay.
And obviously now I'm in Dubai.
So you were always in London then?
I grew up in London.
Okay, were you born in London?
Of course, bro.
Sorry, man, I'm not born. I wasn't born here. Innit?
You have to ask those questions, innit?
Anyways, so you went to primary school, regular state school,
primary school, secondary school,
all in London. Okay,
London.
Experiences of growing up in London. How was it for you as a student when you were going to schools?
I mean, it was alright. Because I changed primary schools. First primary school, there wasn't much ethnic diversity, so it was a bit difficult. The second primary school I went to, it was a bit more ethnically diverse, so it was a little more easier to settle in. It was also closer as well. I mean, that was just like standard primary school stuff, back in the good old days.
Yeah. So then obviously we didn't go to the same secondary school. Talk to me about your experience in the secondary school. Like, I know a few people that went to your secondary school actually, and everyone has different stories, different versions. Chat to me, bro. How were you in secondary school?
I'll be honest with you, bro. When I first started, things weren't looking too good, to be honest. But then some things happened, and then obviously people started to respect me, and towards the end it got good. Okay. No one was that messing with me, no one's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Man set the tone straight, bro. He didn't want to mess around.
It's like,
of course.
It's no boys' school.
Yeah. Oh, it was a boys' school as well.
Yeah, so it's not like... I've seen it in like mixed schools where, you don't have that kind of hierarchy. You go to a boys' school, it's more about dominance,
Dominance,
dominance.
Okay.
So trying to overcome that is a bit...
MashaAllah, okay. I mean, to be honest, you got to do what you got to do in school, man. Especially in like... Going to a school in London. I believe we went to one of the worst schools in London. We had police check-in before we actually entered the schools on some days, and I remember they took they took one of my chains.
Hey.
Why did they take it? Because it was actually in this pocket. Yeah. So the police's concern was, if it's your chain, why are you not wearing it? And bro, I didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
The genuine answer was that I was doing PE.
Yeah.
And then when you're doing PE in those kind of schools, bro, you get robbed.
Yeah.
Like people just go through your stuff. They'll take all the valuables, gone. You won't see it again. So my theory was, let me put it in my pocket. Let me put the jacket in my bag, so no one has time to go through all of that. They're not gonna find it, and it's all good. But unfortunately, that chain got taken, and I never got it back because the police told me to bring my parents.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna bring my parents. That's
yeah.
long. So, anyways, we met in college, and the funny thing is, you guys may not know, is your mum was my teacher, and that was my first introduction in your family, to your family. It wasn't you. I didn't meet you first. So chat to me. What made you want to come to that particular college? Because you wasn't there before.
She's probably.
Eh?
I mean, I was in a different sixth form. I didn't do too well, and then so I was gonna wait to apply to another college, and then my mum's like, just wanna, you got another opportunity. Do you wanna go? She was like, if you want to, you can. But you can tell that she wanted me to do it.
Yeah.
She's giving it to me as an option, but she wanted me. So I did it and then came there.
Alhamdulillah. I remember, because we had a very few Bengali pupil in our school, in our year. And we had a very, very diverse school.
Yeah.
But we were one of the minorities. And that kind of caught me off guard. I was like, we got so many Turkish people, we got so many Somali friends, we've got so many people from Africa in general, and not many English people, surprisingly.
That's really.
But as Bengalis, or wherever you're from, you could be from Somalia, bro, if you don't have Somali friends, you're not going to connect on a level. There's always that connection, that you find with people from your own ethnicity. Now, so when I saw someone new in college that was in my year, I was like, you know what, this guy, he looks a bit Bengali, bruv. You get me?
I got the face.
Yeah, you got the face. So I was like, you know what, this guy is Bengali. And then words went around, and I heard that you're Bengali and stuff. I was like, okay, I'm going to go reach out to him. I'm going to go see what he's like, You got to test the waters before you actually become friends with someone, innit? So, yeah, essentially, we just met.
I remember, it was after Jummah, innit? He came up to me. Salami, like, oh yeah, I heard about you. Oh, and I remember, bro, because you knew I was Bengali, innit?
Yeah.
And I remember for a brief second, innit? When we asked, what kind are you? And then you said you're from Dhaka. I said I'm from Sylhet.
Yeah.
And for a brief second, we were like,
is this gonna work out?
And then we're like, nah, you know what? Let's just
alhamdulillah.
People, innit?
Definitely, man. So that was the introduction to us. But alhamdulillah, since then, there's a lot has happened in your life, in my life. Looking back at it now, bro, it was 7 years ago that we met. Something like that. And that's a rather long time when you think about it, man. So since, there's been ups and downs, there's been changes, there's been changes to the point where you moved out of the country and left me here, man. So let's dive into that a bit more, yeah? So you did, actually, before we go into that, let's talk about your university life.
Yeah.
You moved to Manchester.
Yeah.
And why did you do that?
Because there was only 2 universities in the country that did the course, undergrad course. One was in Southampton, but that was a Russell group. And bro, all my grades in it. He's not looking good. Yeah. So then I had to go to Salford, Manchester. So I just decided to go there. Yeah, go there.
Okay. What led you to that point? Why did you want to study that particular subject? Because it's not common. It's quite a niche subject.
I was saying to Ali, it was a bit of an accident because I was going to I had a bit of a life crisis in it, man.
Okay.
First I was going to do biomedical something because I was doing biology and chemistry.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I did music. I was like, I want to be a music producer. Then I woke up the next day and I was like, that's a bit far-fetched.
Yeah.
So I said sound engineering, so it's like studio work. I was going with that for a while.
Mm.
And then I think went to uni open day. And one of the program leaders, he was like, it's good,
Mm.
but realistically, the only way you can make money is like live gigs. So up and down the countries, carrying equipment, not, much to settle down with. And then accidentally I applied for another course. Because, they were pressuring us to, apply for courses.
Yeah.
And I had the Excel sheet saying, you applied for a random one. And got to the point where I had to pick. I went through the course and I was like, oh, shit, that's,
Yeah.
it looks good, innit?
Mm.
I just went with it.
That's
Completely
smart.
random, man.
So, studying the subject and getting into it, how did you find it, studying that? Because obviously you were
Jeez, bro.
kind of
Bro, I was
knew
confused.
something about it, but you wasn't completely sure about what it could lead to, right?
I did not know anything about it, bro.
Oh, okay.
Because imagine your biology, chemistry.
Mm.
I did. Music was the closest thing,
Mm.
but very little to do with music. So
Okay.
bro, I was at a disadvantage because everyone did like chemistry and physics, and it was tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Beginning was
Mashallah.
tough.
That's mad. So once you've completed it, the degree,
Yeah,
looking for a job in a field that you wasn't particularly familiar with,
yeah.
not a field that you particularly knew about.
Mind you, bro, I did take a year placement.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. When was
So-
that? I don't
it
remember.
was like just before COVID time, or in between.
Oh yeah. Before your
I was-
final year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
well, I had to retake a year, innit?
Okay, all right.
So before then, yeah. I
Happens,
was in
man.
London, bro. I met you.
Yeah. No, I remember that now, bro. I can't lie. My memory's been
That's right. But a lot has happened.
it's tired, mate. All right, let's move to Dubai.
Yes.
So- You found a job in. Firstly, no, let's go back. So you found a job in London,
Yeah.
and you decided to make a change.
Not really, bro.
Okay.
So it's a Dubai-based company. They opened up a London office. At the time, it was like 2 years old.
Mm.
So my division, Acoustics, it was only the director.
Mm.
So he worked there. He's like, I need help now. So he puts up a job for like a graduate position. I apply for it. Me and him get along. 6 months in later, he's like, I can't do it anymore. He goes off to open his own business.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm left.
Well, after you moved to Dubai.
No. I was working with
Oh,
him for
yeah,
6
yeah,
months.
okay. Yeah.
And then he left to make his own business. And so obviously I was, left in the middle.
Mm.
But luckily I was, good terms with him.
Mhm.
Put a good word for me and said,
Okay.
team in Dubai actually need help.
Mm-hmm.
You've been working on some projects in the Middle East. Do you want to go on some? We went through a couple people. And yeah,
That was it.
that was it. I mean, the opportunity just kind of fell on my lap and I took it.
Okay, mashallah. I think to be honest, that's what we should be doing when, because look, life is short, man. Life is short. When the opportunity shows up, you gotta
Just
grab
take
it.
it,
Yeah, you gotta take that. So, right. First day in Dubai, after you landed,
Ay, bro.
how was it like?
First day was a bit weird, It's a bit, surreal experience, different place. I'd never been before.
Mm.
I mean, I came at like 2 o'clock in the morning, bro. I was knackered.
Mm-hmm.
But the first week, the problem is because I was working there. I was ready. When you first join a job, it's a bit chill in the first week.
Mm-hmm.
Here, as soon as I got there, man, I had a submission, a deadline to.
Already?
Yeah, already. Because obviously I was still working for the
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
So as soon as I land here,
Do they not allow you some time to like just, settle down?
no, because I'm an existing employee in it.
But you just moved countries.
Yeah, I moved country, but the work doesn't stop, does it?
Mad. Okay, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Consultancy level, mashallah. All right, so yeah, walk me through it, bro. So, did you have a place to move into immediately, or how was it?
So yeah, they offered accommodation for 2 weeks, and then after that, you had to sort of go look for yourself.
That's stressful, man.
No, because you could ask the company to extend it, like
Oh, all right, okay.
yeah, which was all right, but it's a bit of a hassle trying to get them in contact to extend it in time. Yeah, but after that, I only took 2 weeks and I found another place.
Okay. Khalas, okay. So, let's actually talk about how it is living in the Middle East. Sorry, what are the differences that you see immediately?
Well, obviously less buildings.
Less buildings.
Yeah, because obviously Dubai,
Yeah.
people think about is quite concentrated.
Okay.
So So as soon as you go out of those concentrated areas, it's just desert everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
So Dubai is basically a city for those of you that don't know. It's a city. So within that city, there's a particular area that has the high rises.
Yeah, so you've got most of Dubai.
Yeah.
Like certain areas is more sort of developed and built.
Yeah.
But then you go to other areas, it's quite open, still in development.
So in regards to living there, what differences do you see religiously? Talking about Islam, what are the differences of living in the UK and living in the Middle East? What are the differences?
First thing, bro, everything is halal.
Oi.
So you can go walk into a restaurant and you don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know how we ask, if something's halal, it's like reverse, man. You gotta ask, does this have pork in it?
Yeah.
If you're not Muslim, just so you know.
So if you were to raise your family in Dubai, how would it be?
Well, it depends what situation you're in. So if you're good financially, then the Islamic stuff comes a lot easier. Because like during Ramadan, they actually have shorten their working hours. So like 2 hours off for like private sectors. And I think government sectors got like half day off. So, it sort of encourages that kind of, fasting. It makes fasting easier. So you go to work, go to school, and, you're not tired by the end of it. You can go home early. And you got that aspect. You got prayer rooms, so you don't have to go running around. You got ablution areas. No feet in the sink anymore.
Yeah.
So that aspect, Islamically, it makes it easier for you to practice your religion. So that you can kind of ease up on. I think the other aspects, finance, education, I think that's where most of your efforts are going to go to.
Okay, so you being a Bengali man with having lived in Britain and having a passport that's British, do you feel like there is more of a boost in a way for you to be in Dubai?
Bro, it's a bit of a mad one, yeah. You actually feel more British being there than being here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Obviously, the accent's the first thing.
Yeah.
Like, when people say, he's a British guy, they don't say, look, he's Indian. They say, he's British.
Yeah.
I was like, sometimes I have to tell people, when you look at the colour of my skin, like, I'm not like a Brit.
Yeah, obviously.
But they still see me as British.
Okay.
So I was like, feels kind of weird, innit? Like, you feel more respected outside the country you grew up.
Oh, I mean, with the recent riots and everything that we were talking about, it feels like you're almost not wanted in this country. And no matter how much contribution you have made towards this country, it's like you're not really wanted. Yeah, man. You're always a foreigner to them. Yeah. Just certain individuals, not everyone, of course. There are lovely people, that were even supporting the, standing up against the riots in Walthamstow. So there are, great number of people that are in support of foreigners coming into the country. But, there's only those individuals that ruin it for us. Anyways, okay. So, bro, Omar, in terms of the salaries, right? What we hear is Dubai bling. You get me? Like, people are living their life in Dubai. They've got Bugattis, Lamborghinis, like everything. Range Rover, SVRs and everything. So from an outside perspective, and a broke man living in London, all I see is like Dubai bling. Chat to me about the salary.
Okay. Well, first of all, no tax. No income tax.
Yeah.
So you're getting everything, but they do have hidden taxes, which they call fees.
What do you mean?
So like housing tax, they call it housing fee.
What fee? What am I paying fee?
How am I supposed to know?
Wait. So you pay fee for what?
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly. I don't know what I pay for.
So it's like a tax then?
That's what I'm saying. It's a tax.
So there's a different word for a tax?
Yeah, but they just call it a fee.
And how much will that be?
It depends on the size of your apartment and.
Okay, so here obviously we got clear cut 20% tax.
Yeah.
You earn, let's say for example, 2k salary. You're getting 20% of that is 400, and so you're taking away 1600.
Yeah,
and we know that it's black and white.
Yeah.
Everyone knows about this. Yeah. But it doesn't seem like it's apparent in Dubai?
No. Once you're there and you're earning,
Yeah.
then you realise it's a tax.
Okay. All right. So, what does that? What are the variables for the fees?
For the fees, well, again, it depends. Like you got the road tax that you pay.
As a pedestrian?
No, if you drive.
Okay.
How would
say, bro? Like, what? That don't make sense, bro. That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah.
all right, cool, bro. So there's no limit as such, or there's no particular amount as such.
Not on your income. That's the main thing. Like you still got to pay various taxes.
Yeah. Fees.
But your fees.
Fees.
But your income is not taxed.
Okay.
So if you're earning like I don't know, like 60 grand a month, I don't know, some people probably do.
AED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full. You get that full.
Okay.
Nothing is being picked out.
That's very interesting. I don't think this is something that is normally talked about in
Exactly.
in contents that we see.
Also another thing as well.
Chat to me.
There's no minimum wage.
So you could be earning like pennies.
Pennies.
No way.
Yeah, exactly.
No way. Okay, so in some from what it seems like, in some aspects and elements of it, which is the same thing by the way, I'm just using different words to act like I'm very literate. But okay, in some circumstances, it seems like Dubai is very developed.
It is very developed.
And it is, rightfully so, in certain elements of it. But when it comes to like minimum wage,
It's not there.
it's not there.
Yeah.
So I think, but look, if something works for a country, it works for them. You know what they say? The old saying goes, if something works, don't touch it.
One thing that I would say is that because there's an influx of workers from Southeast Asia willing to work for less, they kind of like set the sort of bar for what is as a wage.
Okay.
Now you got people who are like skilled electricians and plumbers in the UK. You're going to earn a decent amount of money. You try doing that same job in Dubai or UAE, nowhere near the same amount of money.
Is it lower?
Yeah, much lower.
Because I know plumbing, electrician, and what's the other one? Plumbing, electrician, and gas. You know these tradesmen.
They make good money.
They make good money
exactly,
in the UK. Yeah. Okay.
Dubai.
Allahumma barik to them. But yeah, but in Dubai it's not the same.
No, it's not.
Is it looked as if it's a second class job?
Not a second class job, it's just not as paid as much.
Paid as much.
Because you got loads of people that are willing to do it for so cheap, but the quality isn't that good.
Okay, so do you see yourself living in Dubai for a long time? Or a long period of time?
Well, I'm hoping to stay there minimum 10 years. I mean, because by that time, you get enough experience. Every project in the Middle East is a mega project. The kind of projects that, if I was in the UK, I wouldn't touch for another 10 years. So I'm getting that experience now. So yeah, by the time 10 years, man, I'll come back to the UK. Inshallah, secure
Inshallah.
good job. And yeah.
Do you feel like there's more of an opportunity in Dubai than here?
Yeah, man, they got construction going on a lot. Like, during COVID, construction was, the main industry, one of the big industries that didn't get hit that bad. Things were still going, things had timelines. So it's a fairly,
Developing
safe field to stay in. And definitely with what Saudi's got going on, a lot more opportunities.
Would you recommend someone to move to Dubai?
That's a big topic, man.
And if yes, or if no, why no, or why yes?
First of all, job market is very, very tough to get into. So much competition. You're going to have people like probably 10 times more qualified than you are. Again, as I mentioned about the salary, no minimum salary. You probably get paid better somewhere else. If you have a family, it starts to become more expensive. One thing they used to do good back in the days is packages. So you get education, healthcare, visas for your family. Nowadays they don't do that. There's mainly just, if you're single, they just provide, health insurance and that's it.
That's interesting.
It's a bit...
So you have to pay for your own medical care?
No, health insurance they cover.
But that's if you have the right job.
No, mandatory.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, any job.
Free healthcare.
Oh, it's not free, it's paid for, isn't it?
No, as in like, okay, fine, but I'm assuming that
But
majority of the people work.
limited as well. So you're not going to have the full package. I mean, you can opt to get, better insurance, but
We have to pay extra for that.
yeah, pay for extra.
That's mad. So having a child in Dubai is a bit of a myth.
Having a child and being ill in Dubai is a challenge.
Difficult. This podcast was actually sponsored by Kema Productions, so please do go check them out. That is something that I run on the side. And this podcast has also been pending for the last 2 years. We've been meaning to do this for the longest time. I am going to conclude this podcast, and I appreciate you all for joining us today. Inshallah, I will catch you in the next one, but please do not forget to, brother, subscribe. Thank you.